Welcome back to the shipyard and another OP commentary video. This is yesterday's Enterprise first round matchup, featuring the same two people that played in round 3 of the last video. This is Craig on the left, Josh on the right. So, Craig went with a very intriguing list. He brought out the Denorios with GenKhan and Diplomacy. That's his injured ship. Then he brought out the Koranak with Karr, Cheat Death, Boheeka, Shroud, Cloaked Mines. Boheeka and Shroud are hidden. The U.S.S. Defiant with Ronald Moore, Hood Riker, upgraded phasers, and then a hidden Shelby and escape pod. And then the I.K.S. Tong with Worf and Admiral Gowron. That's the reroll Worf. So, kind of a solid attacking fleet and good stuff there. Josh, as you can already see, is heavy thematicism, enterprises for days, and I love this fleet concept. He's got the NX with Archer, the free enhanced hull plating, the A with Will Decker, the B with Harriman, the D with Picard, and then he's got, I think, Tiny Prize with Admiral Matt Decker and a Type 8. So, it's basically every Enterprise except the E. Yeah, it's good stuff here. So Craig had deployed his Cloaked Mines real early. This is Craig's Denorios being shot.
And that's going to actually go through for 2 damage on the Denorios.
And the Denorios takes 2 damage right off the get-go. Even with the cancel and an evade, it is now completely limping. But it's living. It is living for a little bit. Now Craig's Koranak is going to fire on the Enterprise B, even with the B having a battle station and an evade. It's at least going to try to do some stuff. So he's got Karr's reroll there. That helped with quality.
Are we ranged through? Yeah. I think so too. I don't have that. Totally right. I don't have that. Are you starting to think like on which ship? Yeah.
And yeah, Josh is going to spend his evade here and ends up with, I think, 3 damage coming in, which definitely hurts the B. Josh does have a micro machine model there for the B, which is it looks good. I wish that we had something better in terms of a model on the B.
So last shield goes down, double crit to the hull.
And then Craig fires again on the B, gets 2 crits in on it.
Minor explosion happens first, so that's not actually...
Gets a minor explosion, no damage.
Okay, so
some other innocuous crit there. So, damage done, but, you know, no warp core breach, no stunned helmsman, nothing there that's ultimately matters and makes the big difference.
So you're rolling launch, which is 3 dice, plus 1 for having you already target line. Nothing.
So, that next attack ultimately does absolutely nothing. I believe that was Archer's attack.
I would recommend the Koranak because the Tong is going to cancel it with the defense dice and evades and battle stations and all fun stuff.
And so now this last shot is the Enterprise B shooting at the Defiant.
I didn't need shields anyway.
Craig's shields are now gone on the Defiant. So a lot of mayhem there in the first round. Tough to say who took the worst of it. Probably the Denorios, when all was said and done. But at least Everything's still on the board, which is always nice to see after one round of combat. Both players are kind of maneuvering. Nobody brought any of the shenanigans to get their stuff off the board really quickly. And by shenanigans, I mean your warp jumps, your shuttles that dock onto a ship with warp jump, your quantum slipstream drive builds, Stargazer Picard, stuff like that. It's all there, and they existed at other builds, other tables. I faced one of the cheesy ones in round 1. That match ended 10-0 on an escaped ship. Not the biggest fan of that. But these guys are here to play their match. And we see Craig got his Koranak right up in the middle of 3 ships. And then he uses diplomacy from the Denorios. So the Denorios and the Enterprise D are speaking diplomatically with each other. So neither of them should be able to shoot or be shot. I'm making a point of that because they don't pay attention to that later in the round. They forgot. And it's tough when stuff like that happens.
At the U.S.S. Enterprise. Which one? The one Enterprise?
The Koranak is shooting 7 dice at something. Craig's making his decision at which ship.
Yeah, tiny prize. Yeah. Wait, the target tiny prize is locked. Instead, I'm gonna fire at the Enterprise B.
He's going B, trying to get the kill.
How many hull do you have remaining? 3.
So he's got 4 hits. He's using the Karr reroll, the double reroll. He does not improve at all, and so with only 4 hits, the guaranteed evade, he's got to spend the battle station token, and that gives him the guaranteed kill versus maybe or maybe not getting the kill based on defense dice. And I think that's a call you have to make. You want to get a kill whenever you can.
3 dice. It's better than this. Okay.
So now Josh uses the NX to shoot at the Denorios, and yeah, he should have had to shoot at the Tong or maybe the Defiant if he had the range there, but
at your Enterprise D with 6 attack dice?
I don't know, maybe ultimately he shot at the Defiant. The dice seem to work out that way.
Going to reroll with Worf?
This is the Defiant shooting at the tiny prize and doing a whole bunch of damage, which is always a good thing. I'm sorry, this is the Tong shooting at the Enterprise D and getting a hit and a crit through. 2 crits through. And Warp Core Breach is 1. I don't know what the other one is, but
4, 5 dice, range, no defense dice.
At least it's there.
Yeager is perfect here. Okay. Decker will do damage, but it won't kill the Koranak necessarily unless you get extra damage off of it. 1, 2, crit. Communications failure.
And now we've got
Skill 0.
the Enterprise A shooting at the Koranak. He does 2 hits, then uses Will Decker's ability to destroy a shield at a crit. And the crit ends up being a communications failure, so Karr goes down to skill 0. That nullifies most of Karr's named ability, at least the good portion of it. But, it's there.
Okay, 3 shields go down, crit to the hole. I'll re-roll that one with, we are playing Crit Distribution Center.
The Defiant does some damage into Tiny Prize. Why he shot at Tiny Prize and not the A to try to get the kill? I'm not sure. Maybe it was beyond range 3.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not entirely sure.
I just thought I was going to destroy him. Getting a crit.
And then this is the Enterprise shooting at the Koranak. He gets so much damage that he destroys the Koranak, but the Koranak gets to trigger cheat death, which flips over the communications failure. And I know you got to make that kill eventually, but I think that's an instance where you have to wait. You have to go, I need to make him suffer one more time. This is where Josh makes the perfect move. He uses Matt Decker to get the kill on the Koranak, because the Koranak did only have one hole. So maybe triggering cheat death was just fine, because at least you got rid of cheat death, and this way, dead ship.
Oh my god.
So the NX moves on to Cloaked Mines. Craig rolls 2 hits, and that destroys the NX. It's kind of like the worst of all situations. The D makes a move, takes battle stations, gets in better position. Craig's kind of making a run for the temporal rift with the Denorios, just 3 straight. And the reality is he can make a run as best he can. Just taking evade every turn, he's got to cancel. That will do a reasonable amount of damage. The Enterprise D makes the kill that he needs on the Denorios. So, yeah, that's going to be a big hurt. This is the Tong being able to shoot at the Enterprise D, and yeah, that hurts in retaliation. He gets the extra defense die because he used Picard 8 to hate on Klingons, which gets the kill on the D. Shouldn't have really killed the D because of the diplomacy fire that occurred last round, but since both players made an attack on each other last round, that's kind of what it is.
Yes, he does.
So right now it's Craig with the Tong and the Defiant against Josh with the double Enterprises.
With the cube and U3, could easily 5 defense dice. Convert. Definitely evaded.
So Craig gets the defense he needs. Hood Riker doing what he needs.
And then the target lock on everything that's not a hit. No, it's not. I'd say the optimal. So hit.
Then the Defiant ends up with 2 hits and a crit.
Agility reduced. No defenses. Guaranteed death. What would the defense dice have been?
I guess he had a shot in on the Tiny Prize, so yeah, that's the kill there. He had a reduced defense dice crit, so that's why he didn't roll dice there. That hurts a lot. So now it's a matter of 2-on-1, and Josh is in a tough spot here. This is he can make a run for it to see if he can get points out
cancel. 5 dice with the target lock.
But Craig's also trying to get the kill.
Battle stations should have taken the battle stations. 1, 3.
Shield going?
All shields?
Yep.
Great. Love it. That print, that is a
So
rat.
that attack took out all the shields on the Enterprise. Now it's a game of leapfrog, and the Defiant has her at point blank range, which is probably not a good thing for Josh. He takes an evade because that's the only real thing he can do, and now it's the Tong being able to get the attack.
Yeah.
So 2 hits, 1 evade.
Or you can spend the evade now.
He's got 1 hit left. I guess he's taking the damage, save the evade for later. So he's got 3 hull points left.
Spend the lock.
The Defiant gets 3 hits. And gets an evade.
Oh, sorry. Hit. Sorry. Just a crit.
Takes a crit, and only a crit.
Okay, so you escape with your Enterprise A.
And then they say, well, next round, he's off the board, and that's that. But Craig ends up winning on points, 114 to 76. So, a bit of an anticlimactic end there. The takeaway from this match, combat was kind of quick, fierce, deadly at times. Both players ignored how diplomacy worked. That altered that game completely because the Enterprise D shouldn't have taken damage, and the Denorios took a shot, but it didn't do anything to it. So I don't know who's at fault there. I wasn't at the table. I can hear some of their discussion, but not all of it. And functionally, I don't know. But the reality is both players are responsible for the board state that occurs, and things like that shouldn't slip through. So, if anything, let this be a cautionary tale to pay attention to all card effects, yours and your opponent's. Go from there. So, that was round 1. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of it. And until next time, we'll see you guys around the shipyard. Thank you for watching.